Here we go. War for Turkish Liberation, turn 3. So as we saw at the end of here, the Greeks are getting squeezed pretty badly, but they're about to get some more of their guys coming in to join the fight. That'll help quite a bit. And we got the Armenians are going to have to reform after the fall of Georgia. The Bolsheviks kind of have an open door to get into the rear here, so they're going to have to redo their whole defensive situation. Azerbaijan still sitting around, getting ready to deal with a potential storm of attacks. And the army of the Caliphate sitting in Constantinople, ready to move as soon as they get the orders to, although very weak units, so not sure how much they'll really be able to do. And then the White Army is sitting on the side, ready for evacuation, but there's a very small chance they may join the Greeks. And that would dramatically change the strategic situation here. The revolutionary side kind of has about a little bit of the advantage for now. The Imperialists are on the back foot. The Greeks aren't making much headway at all. Georgia fell. Armenia's was holding, but they're going to have to redo their line, and who knows how that's going to go. But let's just get right into it and get those random events drawn. Let's get our first one. What do we got? Turkish weapon purchases. So that is, I think, oh wait, right here. Turks procure weapons, give an additional 2 RPs to the Turkish nationalist armies. That's a pretty big, that's a nice bonus for their 5. So this isn't still not looking good for the Imperialists. Let's see what the next one we get is. Evacuation of Crimea, which, oh wait, didn't I already draw that? Is there 2 in there? Maybe there's 2. Oh, wait a minute. Is that 2 different? Oh, is that supposed to be 2? That's weird. That's really bizarre. Why would it? Oh, wait a minute. Is that how it's supposed to go? Is it supposed to be, and that comes in, and then the White Army withdrawal is a separate thing? That's really weird. No, I don't even see another White Army withdrawal. That's bizarre. I'm gonna take a look at the White Army withdrawal rule real quick. That's weird. So Army represents, yeah. November 1920, yes. In the event evacuation agreement is picked, the White Army must be placed in the international zone adjacent. Cannot be. That's, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. That's very strange. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna treat it as a non-event because we already got one. That's bizarre. I genuinely don't know what to make of that. If that's just a weird mistake or something. Whatever. I'm gonna play it normal. I'm gonna count that as a no event since. I mean, I guess the other option is to play it as it's an automatic withdrawal instead of a dice roll. I'm just going to play it with the dice roll, just even so, because I prefer to just make it a thing, to make it more interesting. So 6, the White Army is going to be joining the Greeks. Everything else, they are evacuated. 5, yeah, there was no modification to this roll since Bolkashir and Bursa aren't taken, but if the Greeks did have it, they would have gotten it. But oh well. So with that, the White Russian Army is gone, and it will not be entering play again. So a great hope for the Greeks is dashed, but they got to press onward anyway. So we go on to replacement points. We have 7 for the Turks. They're going to want to, pretty much just want to kind of reinforce what they already have. They can't get a second air supports. Maybe we get 2 more depots. Actually, that's already bonus. So we'll get 3 because we can reinforce the Armenian front for an offensive too. 3. We got 4 left. Spend 1 to reinforce this division. It's 3 left. Maybe grab another. I'm going to deploy another one-step infantry division in Afyon for now, and I'm gonna try to subvert some Armenian units to help. I think we're gonna do. Let's subvert this guy. We'll try him. So we had 2 points left, so we have 1 point left after this, but we'll try to subvert that Armenian unit, see what happens. Nothing. You know, we're gonna spend 1 more point to try again. And this time he's at least gone. So that's our Turkish phase there. Oh, not that guy. That guy's a cavalry. All right, that guy's gone. I was not paying close enough attention to that. I just thought it was 2. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of move the Turkish weapon purchases out. And then let's put these supply wagons. So we'll put one in the Erikasi. That's not the right spelling. I'd have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head. Actually, no, we'll put that over here in Bursa. I'll bring this other one. Now I'll put the other one here in Afyon. Potentially, if the Greeks start coming through, we'll be able to form a tighter line. I'll put this other one here and put it in his room, and I think we should prepare for an assault on Sarıkamış. And I think that'll cover the Turks. The Bolsheviks have 2 points to spend. They'll spend it on, I guess, we'll get an air support and maybe a supply column. So we'll build up the supply column there. Just put the air support up there. Moving on to the Imperialist Powers. Should the Azerbaijanis buy another unit? Should they just try to subvert Turkish? I think it's in their best interest to try to subvert Turkey, because they're not going to last that long. You know, they have a little bit of forces to resist any small incursions, but they really just need to. They can't move into other territory, so they're going to try to subvert this Turkish unit over here. They successfully get rid of it, so that's going to be helpful. Then we'll move on to Armenia. Armenia needs to build some more units to flush it. We'll get 1 regular and we'll get 1 irregular. So we'll put the regular here in Yerevan, and we'll put the irregular, I think maybe up here, as we kind of shift a bit like that. Try to make a tighter line. You can kind of do that. Make something happen there. Oof, it's going to be a bit tricky. Okay, and then the Greeks have 4. They're going to buy an air support, and then they're going to get, I think, maybe another supply column, and they got 2 left. They're going to, I think, just rebuild these 2 infantry divisions. I think that'll cover that, and then we'll move on to the Imperialist movement phase. They'll strategically move these guys over to Smyrna. And I believe they can still move after. I've been playing it like strategic movements can move after, which I guess I should double check that, but I thought they could. But it's been a while. Yeah, move blah blah blah. Regards to any. Oh no, it can't do any other type of movement. Okay, so no. And it can't do it if it's next to an adjacent enemy unit. Okay. Alright, so no, they can't move after that, but that's okay. They're at least protecting Smyrna. But the Greeks may have to actually... 1, 2... they don't have enough cavalry to really exploit the gap, so they're probably going to have to slightly tighten their line a bit, which is not that big a deal. Where is this guy? Wait. Here's on top. Okay. All right, let's do this. We're going to move him there. We're going to move these guys here to help tighten the line. Going to keep a decent defensive perimeter. You can move them there. And they got that rough terrain. Decent defensive perimeter. Move this guy forward. In fact, well, actually, we will move this guy over to there too, because they're gonna. Okay, so that'll be the Greek movement. Except I think we'll move this guy here. We're gonna attack into this terrain with these irregulars. They're attacking with cavalry, so that's a +1. We're not going to deploy our air unit, so it's a +1. So we have to see if the attack even goes through. So the +1 on the roll. So the attack does go through. Okay. There's 2 guys. It's just 2 guys in rough. Yeah, I don't think we'll be using the supply. Well, we got a lot. We'll use the supply column. We need to kind of want to make sure that we get rid of these units. So we have 5, 10 against 2, so it's 5 to 1, -1 from the rough terrain, but then the supply column, so it's rolling on the 5 to 1. So here comes the Greek roll, 5 to 1 column. They got a 3. And we have 3 on the 5 to 1 is a 1-2. So the 2 losses for the defender and 1 for the attacker. So that's 2 units destroyed. So we'll put that over on the national track. And I don't think we actually want to advance, do we? Yeah, we could advance. That's going to make cavalry kind of vulnerable, though. Could advance with 1, but he could potentially get counterattacked pretty hard. So no, we're not going to advance. We just get rid of those units, and that's it. That'll help with, hopefully, that'll lend a little bit to the lessening the national prestige. At least the Greeks are tightening the Greek zone now. Let's do the army, the Caliphate. I think we'll move them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just gonna. I mean, they're not that useful, really. Oh. We can just kind of leave them there for now. Maybe even send 1 off like this. Yeah. We'll just kind of annoy Zenclark and Ankara. I'm not going to attack in it because it's be attacking at a 1 to 2, and that's just bad news. We'll just end up basically losing the army almost assuredly. So I think that'll be enough there. Obviously, Azerbaijan not moving, so Armenia. Okay, how do we want to defend? We need to try to figure this out. This is going to get very, very tight. Okay, let's move the supply columns into cars. Actually, maybe even move 1 here. And then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Kind of get at least somewhat of a line going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Circumouche isn't incredibly important. You may want to just I mean, it's not good, but yeah, I think we'll just try it. It's a -3, yeah, because it's mountains and a city. So it's actually probably preferable to keep the strong unit because it's going to be it'd be a bad roll for the Turks. They'll have to expend quite a bit of resources, but they're willing to do it to take the city. So at least make them pay for it if we can. I think that's about the best line they can make right now. So that's what we'll have to stick with. No attacks. Can't risk that. So let's move on to the revolutionary movement in combat phase. So we have to do the Turks first. So now there's this kind of a gap. It's going to give the Turks an opportunity now to kind of reorganize this. So I think they're going to go 1, 2, and we'll just kind of move those guys out. Pull these guys back. That's not bad. I think that's fine. We'll bump up that supply unit. I don't think we want to make any attacks because that's going to be, it's 5 defensive. Yeah, we don't want to try to, I mean, we could try to go, that would be a 2 to 1 if we use the 1-to-1 on the supply column, because they can expend that too. So yeah, the Greeks got a lot of that supply is a kind of a big deal. Having that many supply columns, it just buffs up your whole zone, so can't do anything there really. Okay, then let's go back over to the Armenian front here. So move the supply column forward to prepare for our attack into Sarakamesh. I was hoping I'd be able to hook around here, but now that the Armenians moved, I see that wasn't really ever strategically feasible, but it was a nice idea. Let's move. We need to get some combat power maybe, so we'll move these guys into van. That's easy, so we'll get ready to attack this guy. Move him here, and we'll keep these guys kind of close to help support this. Auto-Turk will help a lot as well. Okay. Let's do combat. Do it from here. So these three attacking into here. Bonuses cancel each other out. We're not going to use aircraft. So let's see if the fight even happens. Does not. Okay, that attack's aborted next to the irregulars. And we'll do the real show here is the assault on Sarakamesh. Let me double check because I'm pretty sure they get the city and the mountain bonus, but I want to make sure we get that right. Calculating combat odds. Yeah. Odd shifts. Conditions. Air support. Naval gunfire terrain. Example, defenders occupy rough terrain. Hex against a city. Odds would shift 2 columns left. Yep. So you count the city and the yeah, you count everything. Okay, perfect. So I was right. Good. Okay. So that's going to be it's mountains and cities, so 3 to the left. But we have a defensive 4. We got 4, 7, 9, 12, and 15, 18 with Auto-Turk. Okay, so 18 to 4. So it's a 4-to-1. 3 shifts back. We put it to 1-to-1. But we're going to use Auto-Turk, so that's a 2-to-1. And we're going to use the supply column to bring it to a 3-to-1. So we're going to be attacking on 3-to-1 odds. And actually, you know what? We're going to deploy that air support because this is pretty important. Let's see. Let's check the air support. What do we get? A 6. 6 is air superiority, which would matter if there was other planes, but there isn't. +1 to the right, -1 to the left, depending on what you're doing. So we're going to be actually in the 4-to-1. The air support was a big help. Here we go. So we're rolling on the 4-to-1 table. And we got a 4, which is a decent result. So we have 4 on the 4-to-1. 1, 2. Okay, so we take 1 attacker loss and 2 steps for the defender. There was only 2 steps in for the defender, so that's an Armenian unit destroyed. Putting that by the table. We'll take 1 point of loss here for the Turks, and the Turkish units will advance into Sarakamesh. So, okay, big win there. Do we even want to maybe put in 1 more? No, 6 defensive strength. They're not going to be able to... They might try to counterattack, but it seems like a bad idea if they did, so I don't think they're probably not going to do that. Maybe. Maybe a desperation just to make it interesting. We'll see. But, it does make more sense to just try to hold out, so probably not, but for next turn. But, okay, Sarakamesh has fallen. Not going to be any attacks on the Greek side. That was fine. We move on to the Bolsheviks. So, Bolsheviks, so let's move these guys to, no matter what, because of the river, so they can move up to 1 space, pretty much. That's right now. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty much done there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the maximum we can do in the rough. I think that counts as mountains. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think that's good enough there. We're gonna hit the Armenians. Yeah, we're gonna do, okay, these 3 into the irregular. There is cavalry, but there's mountains, so it's just, let's see if the combat happens. It does not. Okay, sounds easy. No combat there. They elude us, but these are going to be combat spaces for sure. So I think what we're going to do is slightly divide this stack. So we're going to send these guys here, and these two are going to attack into this infantry. Yeah, because that's only rough. So I think that's worth it. It's worth a shot. We got enough forces to kind of do a little bit riskier attacks. So we have 4, 9. So 9 against 1. So 7 to 1 in mountains. So drops down to the 5 to 1. 3 on the 5 to 1. 1 and 2. So that's going to be destroyed. And take a 1 hit. Yeah, I guess we'll take the infantry. Why not? Just leave them there in Tiflis. And we'll advance with this cavalry and I think maybe this infantry. Yeah. Nice. And then it's going to be these two guys. So 3, 6 against 2. So 3 to 1, rough terrain, so it drops to 2 to 1. Should we use... We're going to use the air support. Let's see what happens. 5. 5 is the column shift, so we're actually going to be rolling on the 3 to 1. Yeah, we roll a 2. Yeah. 2 on the 3 to 1 is a 1-1. So this unit is destroyed. And then we take 1 hit. I think we'll take a hit on the infantry, and they'll still advance. They'll advance there, yeah. I'll have to kind of want to be ready to possibly attack into Azerbaijan. Okay. And that covers that move for everything there. End of turn step. 2 Turkish units were destroyed and 3 Armenian units were destroyed. So it's going to be rolls for each of those. So let's do the Imperialists first, rolling 2. So they want 1 to 3s. They got no points. And then we have 3 dice here for the Turks, and they want 4 ups. And they at least got 1, which is enough. That'll give them more points than they had at the start. And with that, the GNA prestige goes up to 6. And we're going to be advancing into turn 4. Looking very good for the revolutionary faction right now. We'll see how maybe the Greeks can finally get enough forces to grind through. I think maybe they should start hitting the south here, where the real units are, instead of constantly chasing these irregulars. And they need to do real damage to the Turkish army if they want to help advance. And it's not particularly strong here with just 1 in each, but we'll see how it goes in the next turn. All right, catch you later.